Welcome to this edition of the Native News Update. I'm your host for today's program, Paul Demain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. Here are the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The City of Bethel, Alaska will provide better trained Yupik translators at voting polls and translations of voting materials under an agreement with the Native Americans Right Fund and the American Civil Liberties Union, a city official has said. The two groups, which brought a lawsuit on behalf of Yupik speakers, had contended that translators haven't been properly trained and weren't always available during city and state elections. The deal was announced last week and means that the lawsuit against the city will be dropped. A similar suit brought against the state of Alaska continues and is expected to go to trial in November. Bethel has made translators available to voters since the 1970s. The president of the Little Shell Chippewa tribe of Montana has asked a U.S. House committee to move forward on a bill to give federal recognition to the Montana tribe after decades of delay. The tribe has no reservation. It's approximately 4,300 members are scattered across Montana and the surrounding states. Little Shell President John Sinclair says the campaign for recognition dates back to 1892, when Chief Little Shell and his followers were cut out of a treaty signed with other Chippewa leaders. A 1978 petition filed by the tribe with the Department of Interior is still pending. A bill from Republican U.S. Representative Denny Ryberg would circumvent that process and grant the tribe recognition. And another tribe, the Duwamish, and their tribal leaders and Representative Jim McDermott testified last week in Washington, D.C. as well in their latest attempt to gain federal recognition. The Duwamish of Seattle, Washington have been seeking for years federal recognition. The SeattlePI.com reports recognition potentially could allow the tribe to open up a casino near Seattle. The Duwamish were granted recognition by the Clinton administration, but that decision was reversed by President George W. Bush. McDermott introduced a bill in June that would grant the recognition. He says recognition is long overdue. Award-winning Native American filmmaker Stephen R. Heap is more than excited that both of his company's feature-length documentaries, Trail of Tears, Cherokee Legacy, and Our Spirits Don't Speak English, Indian Boarding School, have been recognized as official selections for the 2009 Indie Fest USA Film Festival in Anaheim, California, August 22nd through the 28th. He says that's not just because it's unusual for an independent filmmaker to see two of his documentaries, much less Native American documentaries, placed in competition at the same festival, nor is it because Indie Fest USA is the only international independent film festival on Disney property, red carpet, live music, and all of that. No, for Heap of the Cherokee Nation, it's a return home to Orange County, where he grew up. Both films will be screened at the AMC 12 in the downtown Disney district of Anaheim, California on Monday, August 24th, 2009, the festival's first day of screening. The Havasupai tribe will hold a uranium protest gathering July 25th and 26th at Red Butte in the Grand Canyon. The Havasupai Vice Chairman Matthew Putosi said the public is invited to attend and add their voice in support of rejecting uranium mining near the Grand Canyon. Havasupai Chairman Don Wadahomagi said on behalf of the tribe he urges everyone to join them at the foot of sacred Red Butte to unify their voices and call on the federal government to work with the Havasupai tribe to protect these sacred lands from any further uranium mining. Denison Mining Company, a Canadian company, is threatening to reopen Canyon Mine near the South Rim and two mines near the North Rim. The Canyon Mine is within 10 miles of the sacred Red Butte. The Coeur d'Alene tribe of near Worley, Idaho, has given out $1.8 million in gaming revenues to educational programs around the state of Idaho. Coeur d'Alene Tribal Chairman Chief Allen says the money represents the success of the tribe's casino in Worley and the vision of tribal elders who believe gaming was a means to an end. A total of 15 school districts received funding in the distribution, along with Washington State University, North Idaho College, and the Idaho Meth Project. The Coeur d'Alene tribe doles out about 5% of its gaming revenues to educational projects each year. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank our underwriters for helping us with this program, and for you for joining with us again and again. Thanks a lot.